What's up, guys? So there was an article that was just released, and probably a lot of y'all saw it. And it's about a girl that has a food aversion eating disorder, and she's is just surviving off of chicken nuggets, French fries, and potato chips. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and let's just go through this. I think it's very interesting. I Googled "woman only eats chicken nuggets," and first off, this is pretty ridiculous that this is like another UK person. So all these stories seem to come out of the UK. Like this one back in 2012, hooked on chicken nuggets. Schoolgirl 11 only eats chicken nuggets since she was 18 months old. There's just a lot of weird stuff. But coming out of New York Post, obviously not the greatest source of information, but they do have some funny stuff on here. This girl right there, those of you watching, she has been eating chicken nuggets and fried food pretty much, and avoided fruits and vegetables for 22 years. So what she has is so she's 25 years old, so 22 years. Like, first of all, that's the parents' fault for even allowing this to happen, because I'm sure there's therapy for avoidant restrictive food intake disorders. I don't have them. My kids don't have them. My wife doesn't have them. My family doesn't have them. I don't have friends that have them. But I mean, we all have foods that we dislike and maybe traumatize. But she says that the thought of eating an apple or banana is enough to make her gag. If I was her parents, I would have went straight to a therapist to figure out what was going on. So, because she's 3 years old, she's not making the decisions. Her parents are making the decisions. So, they also don't talk about her parents' diet either, nor do they show pictures of her parents. So, anyways, she even turned down what would be $1,300 to eat a single pea from her grandfather. Okay, this is her. She's enjoying some wine, which I guess she loves alcohol, and some French fries, and then also some other texture dipping sauce. So it's not a texture issue, because if you can turn apple or a banana into this type of texture. So obviously she's choosing to just eat fried food. Okay, bag of peas. Now, this is her. Now, she claims in this article that her blood work is what they say is fine. Medics have been left baffled by the fact that more Monroe, I don't know how to pronounce her name, is of regular weight. I don't know what regular weight is. And then that she is fine because she is getting protein from the chicken and the chicken nuggets. And I don't know if that's real chicken or not, and I don't know the quality. But this, to me, I'm not body shaming, but we can have some work on this, okay? Her jawline is, let me just go ahead and say one thing. The jaw, if we look at people who typically eat soft foods, who don't eat meats or gristle, things that make their mandible muscle work, they typically will have soft chins, soft jaw lines, not very squared off. And yeah, that can be some androgenic effects, some like hormonal effects, bone structure, things like that. But I mean, a lot of it does play with the role of mouth, tongue, throats, jaw use, and also breaking down the foods. And so that can predict really how our bones are shaped. And so you can see she has a little bit softer chin and jawline. So we'll go from there. That's got to be from the chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are not that tough to eat, right? So she's been to therapy and hypnotherapy in a bid to beat disorder, but nothing worked. It's because she's been eating like this since 3, so she's been pretty much almost like manipulated into thinking that this is the way that it is because her parents didn't make any effort when she was younger. So I mean, habits stay like that for quite some time, because as you age, it's a little bit harder to get over those. If you're not willing to, which I don't think she is willing to, because she continually takes pictures of her fried foods. But they also said in this article, I'm trying to find it, that her blood work came back what they quote is fine. Now, what is fine? Man, I wish I could see it. Where did it go? But her blood work came back fine. So my thing is, okay, here it is. It doesn't affect me physically. I don't feel lethargic or anything, and I have had blood tests, but they're all fine. So when I see that, first of all, they don't really tell you like any data, right? Because we're all interested in like, dang, like what's her cholesterol levels is probably the first thing, and then like fMRI. We would want to see some of that. I'm sure she'd be willing to get that too, because again, there's a lot of variables that come into play. Now, given the side, this is a disorder. I just want people to, because you're going to read this article and you're going to be like, oh, it's fine that we eat chicken nuggets like a majority of the time, or fried foods. It doesn't affect you because this girl's fine. Okay. First of all, when someone comes up to you and you're not in a good mood or something bad happened, you're sad, and someone's like, hey, how are you doing today? And you're like, oh, I'm fine. Are you really fine? Or are you like, you're just saying fine because you don't want to explain what's going on, or you don't want to talk to them? So set aside fine. Second, she might not have bad blood parameters because she's not technically, so she may not be on more of extreme side of overweight or obese. Okay. So we know for a fact that the more overweight you are, the worse your blood work is going to be. So you can eat a diet of McDonald's, but you consume less calories, and you also exercise, and you lose weight, and your blood markers improve only eating McDonald's. This has been done through a documentary. It's because the person lost weight that their blood work improved while eating McDonald's. So therefore, they're like, is McDonald's really bad for you? Or fast food really bad for you? Well, it's because you lost weight. Third, the other variable, she may only be eating 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day. It doesn't clarify how much she eats. So we don't really know her overall caloric intake, nor do we even know her activity levels. So is she sedentary? Is she not sedentary? Does she go work out, or is her job just always on the go, where she's always on her feet? Does she use her brain a lot to think, to 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 um, to critically assess? Does she do a lot of those things? Because that uses glucose in the brain to do critical thinking, right? And so we don't know these variables, and they don't disclose it. So what I want you to take out of this is that uh, again, a wider variety diet of whole foods that's going to roam on the land, grow in the earth, things that don't upset your stomach, things that don't cause brain fog, things that allow you to not get just really like an over distended gut, things that make you feel good. Okay. And they also, they're enjoyable to you. So that's the type of diet that we want, something that you can stick to and maintain and adhere to. This lady's been doing it for 22 years. Again, not the greatest, because we don't know all the answers, nor does it even say that she's ever had a previous, health scare. She just says, hey, I feel fine. I'm not feeling lethargic. If someone says, hey, how are you doing? You usually don't go back, well, 5 years ago I was in the hospital for something, but now I'm doing fine. It's, so take it in context of what they're giving us for this story, because it's a very interesting read. That's what they want to do. It's kind of like Greg Doucette. They throw out some bogus little video or post. They put a title on it. Oops, sorry, I am fuzzy. And same thing like Nick Trigilli. They kind of do that same thing, and it lures you in. It's a good story, and so we just want to make sure that we're not using this story as an example or an excuse for us to indulge in something that maybe we shouldn't, because it's probably not the healthiest lifestyle or the healthiest activity for us to do. So leaving it there, like, share, comment, subscribe. There's some other crazy stuff on the web, and I think it's a good idea if I share some more of those. Talk to y'all later. Bye.